everyone, again I welcome you in our next segment, and in this we will discuss a new chapter from ninth class that is related to biology. And what is it, student? It is the fundamental unit of life. So it is directly related to our life. So students, in this, the chapter title is the fundamental unit of life. What does it mean? It means all the living organisms. All the living organisms are made up of one basic unit. Can you tell me? And about that you have read in 8th class. And what is it? It is cell. What is it? It is cell. Cell is the basic fundamental unit of life, and it was discovered by a great scientist, Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke found it in a bark, and that bark is also known as cork. And the cell that he invented or he discovered, those cells were dead. So dead cell were discovered first by Robert Hooke. And in the microscope, when he observed, then what he found little room. And in the little room, he found one dense particle also, like this. So due to that, he gave the name to those components as cellular. Cellular means little room. So the cell word is derived from a Latin word. And what is it? That is cellular. So from cellular, we get the cell word. After that, it was discovered as living cell in the bacteria, and it was discovered by Antony Leeuwenhoek. Antony Leeuwenhoek found it in a bacteria as living cell. So student, dead cell was discovered by Robert Hooke, but living cell was discovered by Leeuwenhoek. Now all the cells have one control center, and that control center is known as nucleus. In some cell we can observe it easily, but in some cell we can't observe. So that particular dense particle was discovered by again one Robert, and in this the surname is changed, and what is it? It is Robert Brown. So nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. So don't confuse in this, students. Cell was discovered means the dead cell was discovered by Robert Hooke, and nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. After that, we come on the fluid-like component that is found inside the cell. That fluid-like component was termed as protoplasm by Purkinje. What was the name of the scientist? The name of the scientist was Purkinje, who gave the protoplasm term. After that, again some discoveries were done by the scientist, and there is one scientist, that is Huxley. He called protoplasm as physical basis of life. So it is all about the introduction of the cell, students. Now we will discuss about the type of organisms according to the cell, student. So students, according to the number of the cell, we categorize the living organism into two groups. First is unicellular organisms and second is multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are the organisms that have single cell, and all the life process takes place by the single cell. It means there is no division of labor. But in the multicellular cell, multicellular organisms, there are more than one cells are found, and in this there is division of labor is found. If we speak about the examples of the unicellular organisms, then all the protozoas animals come in this category, like amoeba, paramecium, euglena, plasmodium. They come in this category. They come in the unicellular category. If we speak about the multicellular organisms, then in this generally the complex living organisms come in this category, like us, plants and other animals. So it is about the unicellular and multicellular organism, students. Now, according to the structure of the cell, means there is nucleus is found in some cell, but in other cells it is not found. So according to that, again we categorize the living organisms into two different groups, students. First is prokaryotes and second is eukaryotes, students. So students, according to the presence of the nucleus, we categorize the living organism into two different groups. First is prokaryotes and second is eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are also known as primitive organisms, and eukaryotes are known as complex living organisms. They have, means prokaryotes have the prokaryotic cells, and that cell does not have definite nucleus. Means in the prokaryotic cells, the nucleus is found in scattered form, and in this the nucleus is completely absent. But in eukaryotes, the living organisms have eukaryotic cells, and in this the nucleus and nucleolus is present. In the next difference that we can take according to their size, the size of the prokaryotic cell may be 1 to 10 micrometer, but eukaryotes have the size 5 to 100 micrometer. If we speak about the examples, then bacteria and blue-green algae are the examples of prokaryotic cell, and plants, animals and fungi are the examples of eukaryotic cells, means they have the eukaryotic cells. So it is about the introduction of the cell and the type of organism according to the structure of the cell. So thank you, students.